Y'all are just seeing me do this quietly, like set this up. No, all caps, all caps. Gotta really grab attention here. BBM5 live draft, couple exclamation points, just to really get the message through. Okay. This is my first YouTube stream, so I'm very unprepared here. Apologies. Things will be better in the future, swear. Swear. We have back-to-back picks here. Couple different ways we could take this. I think it's Mike Evans, Jalen Waddle. I haven't even advertised the stream at all. This isn't great. I'm doing everything I should have done before going live. I didn't expect the room to fill this fast. That's the key to everything being so behind here and me not being ready. Other than me not being ready. I thought I was, but then I had the wrong stream key. So I've advertised it almost everywhere I want to. Whew. I think we're set up now. I think things are good. Says the stream health is all good. All right. I think we're good. It took us till the 4-5 turn, but hey, you know. Good things take time. Good things take time. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. Again, not prepared. Not prepared. Okay. I mean, Lamar, Mark Andrews, I always love going here if I have the option. Amari Cooper's a great pick here. I can't believe Worthy has started to fall. Any sort of bad news is just injury wise, I guess, detrimental. Oh, someone went Mark Andrews. He has Diggs, Nico, so he's going to go Stroud here, I guess. Makes sense. I really wish I could do some Lamar stack, but Lamar without Flowers or Andrews, I don't really, not too keen on. I could go Mahomes Worthy. I think I'm always going Worthy here. His upside is ridiculous. It's too much to pass up in this range, in my opinion. Considering going Amari Cooper, considering going Mahomes. I don't have much Mahomes. Maybe I should start getting some Mahomes. Why not? Let's go some Mahomes. Get the Mahomes worthy stack. And I think we'll keep it skinny like that. There's not any pieces I'm too interested in at ADP that we could get, because Hollywood Brown, I'd obviously love the double stack. Travis Kelce would be sweet, but Travis Kelce's off the board, and Hollywood Brown is going to go somewhere in like this range. So it's what we're sticking with. Okay, I don't have the chat. I don't have the chat set up in a great place. Gotta fix that. Okay. 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 Is this for real? He went Diggs plus Nico, and then just chose, you know what? Fuck CJ Stroud. I want the Andrews backstack. That's kind of wild. That's kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie. The perfect opportunity. He could have had it all. Stroud is still falling though. This is insane. This guy is gonna get Stroud at 65 if he wants to, which he definitely should. Because if he doesn't, this guy just gets the most premium, which, you know, some would say probably like would nuke your team, but and then this is crazy. Yeah. This draft room is awesome. We have Morphine, PRN, going CJ Stroud, completely unstacked for his first QB. This is what best ball summer is about. This is what best ball summer is about, people. Dude, McConkey's pushing the high 60s now. What the hell? That's kind of crazy. Seeing Kamara go is not great. We love Kamara. Kittle going as well. Monty going off the board too. And Evan Ingram. So really just have to pick the litter for receivers here because this many RBs and tight ends just went off the board for like no reason. It's kind of awesome. Probably just gonna go. Oh man, this is actually really tough because I don't want the double of Godwin and Evans. I don't think here. I'm not sure. I definitely want Jordan Addison. I think he's massively undervalued. We've gotten into that a little bit. Godwin or JSN? It's tough for me. I'm gonna go JSN. Godwin gets me the double. The double's cute. I don't know how much I like it. Because if I pick both of them, then I'm locking myself into Baker. And if I don't get Baker, then it's like a pretty big issue. But if I had both Godwin and Evans, it's really hard for people to get to Baker. I mean, that being said, we do have unstacked CJ Stroud. So who knows? Who knows? Yeah, see low receiver run go off the board here. We got our 5 before 7. Absolutely beautiful. It's definitely how we want to structure our teams. So, like, talking about the receivers, Jordan Addison should realistically be in the 5th round, somewhere over here. It's my true take. I have infinite Jordan Addison in all formats. I mean, like, was it really luck that he produced an overall wide receiver 1 week twice last year? Twice. He did it twice, boys. He did it twice. And then JJ McCarthy, I think people give him a really bad rap. Too much of a bad rap. I don't know if he's going to be on the verge of getting benched ever. Taking him in all formats as well. Very, very often. He's very Brock Purdy game managery to me. I'm not sure how I feel about his deep ball, to be completely honest yet, but it's okay. It's okay. We got 5 picks to we're up. Got a 1-1-5 build. We would love to be the owners of Jalen Warren. And Joku has a dick ton of correlation with what we got going on. But at the same time, I've been having the dilemma of David Njoku throughout his career. It's just like, has it been a lack of QB help? Like, it's the Browns are so weird. The Browns are so weird. They really are. And I mean, the choice has been made for us. Fortunately, we don't have to go through that. I'm definitely gonna be picking Bowers here. I think Singletary is probably the next player I'm landing on. Sutton as well is another potential player I could land on here. We already have 5 really good receivers. I'm just gonna let the auto draft Bowers here, and then like it's Singletary or Cortland Sutton for me. If I take a receiver, in my opinion, it starts to get sketchy roster construction wise, because I go receiver. I'm now at 1-1-6-1, so I'm essentially done at receiver. I can take one more. I usually like ending on 7 with either 5 or 6 like great receivers. And if I do that right here, if a really good receiver is at my next pick, I really can't take him because I have to fill up my other positions. I would have to either go double RB at my next pick if I went 1-1-6-1 here, in my opinion, or I would have to go. I don't even know. Like, little one-to-ones like this matter where, like, I'm not willing to die for Cortland Sutton. I think he'll have a great year, and I definitely am over projecting him significantly over the field. But like, to build out my team and make sure that we get the most points, Devin Singletary just feels like the right move. We need to fill out the RB room with 4 or 5 RBs that are going to be seeing at least the third down work, guaranteed going into the season. And CMC, obviously, best RB in the league. Devin Singletary should be the workhorse for the New York Giants unless Tyrone Tracy, the rookie day 3 Purdue player, overtakes the role. But, I mean, Devin Singletary played very well for the Texans last year. Definitely expect him to play very well for the Giants this year. So, Brian Robinson is definitely someone of mine up. Tua as well. I'd be down to have Tua as my second quarterback. Jaden Daniels, even. I mean, there's a lot of really good players falling in this range. The one stance I really can't decide on where I fall on the coin is Nick Chubb. Like, there's no way he's healthy this year, right? Like, I've still been picking him, which I don't know if that's embarrassing or not. But, like, Nick Chubb is someone to me that just feels superhuman. And It's like if he's already running again, give him 5 months. Like if he's healthy, man, like you can carry some fucking zeros from that range. Like you can carry zeros from that range, and if you have a healthy Nick Chubb, that's a player. I mean, like that should be the T.J. Hawkinson in my opinion. Like if you're gonna do the whole T.J. Hawkinson roundabout, I think you should do it with Nick Chubb because Hawkinson comes back, brother. I mean, he's option number 3. He's not option number 2 over Addison. I hate to break it to y'all. Addison is absurd. For any Hawkinson number 2 option believers out there, cash in while you can. Cash in while you can. Sell your TJ Hawkinson. Probably, I mean, it's hard right now, but it's a tough market at the moment. Dan Blake Corum up to 125 now. We'll probably see him. Dude, there's a oh my god, he's so gonna pass Tajay Spears, which is it's not. That shouldn't be happening. It probably will though. Well, should it? I don't know. I mean, I know there's people on both sides of that conversation. Good people on both sides. Yeah, we see the Tyreek dude go to and then Tajay gets taken, so quarterback wise, I'm down just to skip this range. Like Jane Daniels is really fucking cool, like with how much he scrambles. That like he could provide some ridiculous upside, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Do we go Jerome Ford? I think so. I think I like Jerome Ford after I did that whole Nick Chubb spiel. Um, I mean, but Jerome Ford is a back that I know going into the year at least will guaranteed be the RB2. And going into the year, Nick Chubb is not going to be 100%. Nowhere in that conversation did I claim that going into the year Nick Chubb is going to be 100%. But I said give him 5 months, this being the end of May. Like come November, December, like if we have a healthy Nick Chubb, that's going to be a problem in the backfield. But in terms of range of outcomes, it's a coin flip. It's at best a coin flip with the information that we're given. So looking on the other side of that, I think you should have a lot of bets on Jerome Ford. I don't know how much Deontay Foreman everyone should be taking. It's pretty cool how he has gone to Carolina, gone to Chicago, and produced multiple just insanity weeks, which I wouldn't say, like, if I had to bet that Deontay Foreman had a 20-point week next year for the Cleveland Browns, I'd probably take that bet. I'd probably take that bet. Deontay Foreman, he's just produced wherever he's went. It's pretty impressive. But Jerome Ford was incredible last year. Jerome Ford did a lot for a Cleveland offense that needed him to do a lot. He was providing as the workhorse role, as doing the third down work. I mean, and he was efficient in both places. So I definitely a big Jerome Ford fan. He's not better than Nick Chubb. It's very hard to be better than Nick Chubb. But even if Nick Chubb were to come back, and now we look through that lens of even if Nick Chubb were to come back, Jerome Ford is still going to have the third down work because his pass catching and pass blocking, Nick Chubb can definitely rival him in the pass blocking, but again, that's at least a coin flip. And then the pass catching upside that Jerome Ford provides for that offense is very, very nice. He's a top 5 RB pass catcher in the league, in my opinion. I genuinely believe that. Like you have, top 5 might be steep. Top 10. top five might be steep because there's a lot of young, really good ones now. Like, as we have Gibbs, we have Hall, Bijan's underrated, CMC obviously. There's probably another one I'm missing that's off. That's obvious. He's definitely in the top 10 though, in terms of pass catching RBs, and I'm a big fan, man. I'm a big fan this year. Wicks is someone I'm down to put chips on the table for sure. He gets taken off the board, unfortunately. Two picks away, one pick away. Who is left for us? Again, just a lot of good options. I agree with some of the players getting pushed up for sure. But I mean, man, there is a lot of meat being left on the table, let me say. Let me say that. Uh I love Cole Kmet, but his route to success, it's a little harder than Muth's, and as a 1-to-1, I'm taking Muth. Can't take both of them. Unfortunately, can't go home with both of them. The next 1-to-1 for me is Burton Wilson or Wright Miller. I'm gonna go Wilson. Let's do the Pittsburgh double. You could argue there's a bit of negative correlation there. But I believe in the individual talent of Roman Wilson. And I definitely believe in the individual talent of Muth as well. So I do believe Muth was injured last year, and that was halting a good amount of his production. So, yeah. 8 picks away. Just don't got much to say. I don't got much to say. Just waiting for the board to play out. I'm definitely super down for Baker Mayfield. Super down for Baker Mayfield. I'm really looking to get one of these 3 running backs as well. Definitely prefer them in that order. Yeah, prefer them in that order for sure. So Gibby's who I hope to get the most here. Then Baker. When Demario Douglas and Javon Baker are both so cheap, like there's a real chance I get one of them right here. Kind of makes me not want to take Luke McCaffrey. Wow. We get the 2 players we want. I think that's who we're going. Right? Like, I mean, I'm always going Baker because of the Evans connection. It's just too good. For RB, I'll just go Gibby. I'm a fan of Gibby. Think he has very good potential for next year, just because of uncertainty. And he was very efficient last year. I actually would not have assumed him to be as efficient he was, but in a bunch of very important metrics that we care about, he was very, very good. Even the best in some, in terms of fantasy points per touch. Antonio Gibson was actually the best for that for RBs last year, which you wouldn't expect. You would definitely not expect that. And that's not even on like that many limited touches too. It's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. We're looking to add probably one of each left. I don't think I'm trying to skimp in any areas here. For RBs, I mean, we could take it one at a time. So RBs for me, it's Roshan. Taking both of the Cleveland options honestly isn't bad. You just kind of lock up that backfield and then are just betting against Nick Chubb being healthy, which I don't hate. That being said, I am, if you're new to the channel, I'm the biggest Audric estimate bull that there is this year. Won't find one bigger than me. That's drafting best ball. Probably want Deontay under him. I want Roshan the most because I legitimately believe Roshan could be the RB1 through talent in that backfield. Like, there is nothing, like, we saw it happen with Miles Sanders. I'm not saying that they're the same player, but they rhyme. I'm telling y'all, DeAndre Swift, Miles Sanders, it's kind of the same thing. They're kind of the same thing. DeAndre Swift was slightly better at creating for himself, but they really have very similar stats. And neither of them with a boosted stat line were very impressive on the Eagles. You fast forward a year, Miles Sanders is now mostly undraftable. No one respects him, and he's gonna get phased out of football. DeAndre Swift, if we look at his career arc, Miles Sanders was drafted by the Eagles, let go of the Eagles, signed to a fucking juicer contract because people are just looking at his yards per carry, the yards he posted from scrimmage last year, and are like, yep, that's the guy. Dude, the Eagles' offensive line is insanity. Like, it is a top 3 offensive line in football, hands down. So I don't like that. I don't like that take. It's a very not well thought through take, I think. It's just being like, this is how many yards they posted last year. You know, they're going to do the same. And it's like, I mean, their situations literally completely changed. DeAndre Swift ended up at the Bears. And for context, I've grown up in Illinois my whole life. I'm a big Bears fan. The Bears are the team I care about the most. I don't think DeAndre Swift is going to be that good on this offense. I'm drinking the fucking Kool-Aid for all the receivers and Caleb Williams. Let me tell you that. But I don't see it for DeAndre Swift. And regardless of the team he went to, even if it wasn't Chicago, I'm not drinking that Kool-Aid either, man, because I'm telling you that there's proof in the pudding for the Eagles RBs. The Eagles RBs are like when LeBron plays with a player and then they leave LeBron and they get a fucking juicer contract and then they step on the floor the next season and it's like they're a little lost and B not as good because LeBron is a floor raiser, makes everyone better around him and kind of carries. That's the Eagles offensive line. That is the Eagles offensive line. They are floor raisers. They make everyone else around them in that offense better. It's plain and simple, man. I'm telling y'all. Unfortunately, the receivers that we were eyeing up kind of got. Yeah, they got taken. What are you going to do? I'm definitely going to go Roshan. I think you've already established that. This is where it gets interesting. Cause oh man, do I just go 2-7-6-3? I don't like it. I'm gonna go Brennan Rice. I'm a very big Brennan Rice bull. There's a lot of dudes on this offense. Lad McConkey, I would expect to have probably the biggest target share, but in terms of individual spike weeks, I think Brennan Rice is going to have some very nice ones. He's a total field stretcher, and he will blow by his defender and then a safety after. I'd bet on it happening at least once next year. So, and I've been seeing people take Brennan Rice for whatever reason, like in this range sometimes. I mean, I think he is Jerry Rice's kid, so that probably is why. Or maybe they liked him in college too. I was a big Brennan Rice guy in college. From what I've seen, I really like him. Honestly, as a prospect, he's only shown good things to me. Like his route running ability, very underrated. Field stretcher, incredible. He's like a Gabe Davis plus to me as a field stretcher. It's like Gabe Davis, and then Gabe Davis can run routes now, other than just the straight line. My man Gabe is not very good with the non-straight lines. We could also make this a 2-7-7-2. Audric and Loeb are the RBs I would be eyeing up the most. I mean, Shipley as well. Also really not bad. I just went on the whole Eagles offensive line rant, so I mean, I kind of it'd be on brand to take Shipley here, I feel like. But just looking at tight ends, we have I like Tucker, I like Jelani, I like Greg. I'm down to get some bullets in on Theo. I don't want Jatavion Sanders. I do have him ranked. I should just move him down or just unrank him just because of how not into I am of this Carolina offense. But on the occasional Bryce Young team, which you really should have exposure to all quarterbacks unless you think they're in risk of losing their starting job. You know, in that situation, Jatavion Sanders should be on at least one or two of those teams because in a year where Bryce Young actually returns his value and produces even potentially greater value, Jatavion Sanders might be attached to that. So they finally gave Cade Stover a projection. People just ain't thinking with this one, honestly. I feel like it's pretty obvious, and I haven't seen anyone else talk about it. But I mean, do people remember where Dalton Schultz came from? He came out of nowhere, man. Tight ends just do that. Tight ends really do just come out of nowhere. And if you step on the field and are producing at a ridiculous rate, i.e., Sam Laporta, we can go down the list. I'm not saying Cade Stover is going to be Sam Laporta, but fuck, he could be rookie year of Pat Fryermuth. But with his college quarterback that also happens to be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL in the pocket. So I'm very into Cade Stover. Between him and Tucker Kraft, that's where it gets kind of difficult for me because I'm also a huge Tucker bull. He's out until training camp with a pectoral whatever. Do I care about that? I don't really know. Luke Musgrave was very good last year. So was Tucker. They both were great. They both were overproducing what they should have been. Last pick in the draft. Oh, wow. Estime. Good thing we picked Roshan. Nice. Damn, Antiante for me. Wow. It's hard. It's a hard decision. This is really pulling at my heartstrings. I think I'm going to go Tucker. It's kind of hard. thank you all for watching. It's gonna be the end of the stream. And if you're watching this after on YouTube through video, like and subscribe if you enjoyed. You know, apologies for all the mishaps at the beginning. You know, but we got through it. It'll be a lot better next time. And yeah, stay tuned for more.